Welcome to Night School. We got a very special episode for you today. It's Christmas Eve. I got my Alien Santa's UFO sweater. Well, maybe Santa's not in it. The aliens, they were able to get a hold of... this episode, as you may have seen in the title, is about Merry Christmas list of Epstein's list, something like that, Santa's list. I smoked weed earlier today, but don't worry. I'm perfectly qualified to deliver a podcast such as this one. We got some interesting stuff to talk about. The DOJ has released 30,000 documents of Epstein's files, including one from Dr. Larry Nassar, over to Epstein, saying like, oh, Trump's just like us, or vice versa, something like that. It's kind of interesting. It turned out to be fake. I was a little bummed. I was curious how Dr. Nassar was doing. If you don't remember, he was the Olympic gymnast coach that got a little too busy stretching his fingers inside some of the gymnasts. But what are you going to do? That's what he did. Nobody stopped him. You know what? That's not the point of this episode. Question of the hour. Was Santa on Epstein's flight logs? Okay, that's the million-dollar question everyone wants to know. You know, because Santa, he's up there, he's in the North Pole. When's the last time you think that Mrs. Claus put out and, you know, helped old Santa, you know, let one out? I was thinking of like some kind of reindeer reference. You know, Santa's probably not getting that much action. So, I mean, would it be implausible that he would? I mean, I suppose he could take his sleigh to Epstein's island, but, you know, that could be problematic. He'd easily be identified, which, you know, would lead me to believe that he was probably on Epstein's flight logs. Also, as you may have seen, if you've been paying attention to the flight, to the files, there's redactions everywhere. It's like Santa put coal on every page. Everything's just blacked out. You know, names, victims, co-conspirators. Although we were privy to see Bill Clinton in every hot tub known to man, so that's good. I'm glad Bill Clinton. His legacy's going to be good. I'm excited for that. Letters in the estate. They released a lot of letters from Jeffrey Epstein's estate, you know, out to the public. Some of the letters were even from kids writing to Santa, and they just got sent to Epstein by accident. Epstein intercepts most of Santa's mail. That's how it works. But, you know, it's interesting. I see a parallel here. You know, people told us, believe in the government, trust Silicon Valley. I don't know if anyone ever said that last one. You know, it's the same thing your parents told kids, right? Like, believe in Santa, trust in Santa, Santa's real. And it all turned out to be a farce. You know, you can't trust your government. You can't trust your politicians. And you sure as hell can't trust Santa because he's not fucking real. All right. Gotta wonder, are there any billionaires on the nice list? You know, seems unlikely. Seems like most of them were on Epstein's island. I don't know if any of the billionaires have done anything. They've all turned out to be sociopaths. You know, Sam Altman. God, I feel so guilty using ChatGPT because it's amazing. You know, I use it for like therapy, not therapy per se, but just like, why did this happen? You know, why did my father hit me? Why did my uncle touch me? You know, and chat is pretty honest. It's like, you're a fucking loser, and that's why they did that. It didn't quite say that, but Sam Altman has been accused of essaying his sister. He's been accused of murder by Tucker Carlson. What kind of issue are you dealing with when Tucker Carlson is potentially the voice of reason? You know, I mean, Tucker from time to time has a good argument, but he's biased on a lot of stuff. And Tucker Carlson's going, "Did you murder someone?" That was a beautiful moment. That honestly was my only Christmas wish. What else did Sam Altman get accused of? I mean, the guy's a pathological liar. You know, he's like, "I have no equity in OpenAI." Oh, it turns out I do through this loophole. You know, I don't do this, I do that. Is AI evil? Yeah, probably, but I mean, I don't know. But maybe that's like saying guns are evil. You know, guns can do both good and bad. But like guns, maybe AI should be restricted, you know? Like maybe you shouldn't be allowed to walk in a Walmart with an AR-15. I don't know. AI it's too powerful. It's also clearly the next evolution. You know, like there was chimps, and then there's humans, and then there's AI. And I'm not getting left out with the chimps. That's just where I see it. To me, it's like adapt or die. I'm not ready to die just yet. Unlike 50 Cent, get rich or die trying. 50 Cent, by the way, produced an amazing documentary on Diddy. Love that. That's next level petty. Let's see. Lying to kids about Santa. What else did I write down here? I think the North Pole reminds me a lot of Epstein's Island. You know? I mean, think about it. Little people working everywhere. That's like what other little people were giving Epstein and all of his staff massages. 30,000 pages were released from the Epstein thing. 30,000, that's almost as many kids were on Santa's list. You know? That's fun. Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was on Epstein's flight logs. Trump, I'm sorry, Trump was also on Epstein's flight logs. And it showed somewhere between, I've heard different sources say between 2 and 10 times. I don't know. I think Trump definitely is fooling around, but I don't know if legally I can say, I don't know what I'm allowed to say legally. I don't have a lawyer yet. But I'm excited. You know, it's kind of nice. Like, everyone's obsessed with Christmas. No, everyone's obsessed with the Epstein list and all these files. Meanwhile, it's Christmas time. And, well, not for Epstein. He's a Jew. Maybe that was an issue. I was watching this thing also. Epstein's cellmate, Nick Tartaglione, was a mob. He was a guy that he was kind of a police / enforcer he was a off-duty police officer. Then he was an enforcer for the mob. He was scheduled. He either was temporarily Epstein's cellmate or was scheduled. A lot of weird stuff going on there. He was in prison, I think, for killing someone. Fuck, there was a good story behind that. But, and then the minute of footage that's missing from Epstein, and Epstein also, if you may or may not know this, he was the only prisoner to die by suicide in that facility over the last 10 years. What are the chances? The other thing is Epstein, the doctor, I forgot what they're named, but who performed the autopsy, coroner, he checked, and there was these like micro bones and tendons in the neck. They have some anatomy and physiology name, but they indicated signs of a struggle and signs of strangulation rather than asphyxiation, which is, you know, what we like to do at home. I feel like erotic asphyxiation has really kind of fallen out of practice lately. It's For me, I find it kills my YouTube monetization when I do it on camera. Um, yeah, Google just doesn't seem to be as interested in that as they used to. Brand partnerships and sponsorships seem to better help. Uh, Perfectly suited towards helping you heal from autoerotic asphyxiation. Yeah. Did I ever try that? No, not really. I did try to actually hang myself once, but that's I don't think it was an actual attempt, but my therapist says it was, and we have little arguments about that. But now the real question is, did Epstein try? I don't know. It's hard. I remember trying to get on a chair once and get up to the doorway, and it's not easy to hang yourself. You really need like a cross beam or a wooden beam or something. And I tried using a belt, so I have firsthand experience. I can really, I have a lot of relatability to Epstein in this situation. But to hang yourself with the bed sheet, I mean, I guess it's possible because prisoners have done it, but it's not easy, especially when you only have two bunks that are at highest 4 feet, 5 feet. Also, there's a lot of missing files in these, Epstein release files list. But what are we going to do? Do you think there's more kids on Epstein's list or Santa's list? Oh, God. I feel bad about this. I shouldn't be making light of this, but why am I joking about this? I guess because this whole Epstein thing has just been a fucking circus of the government, of billionaires, of politicians, and they try to pretend like we're stupid and we don't get that the president and all these people are lying. Bill Clinton, probably Sam Altman was there. You know what I mean? Like, by making fun of it, I feel like it helps bring more attention to it. I'm not trying to make light of what the kids went through, but they should have written, what they should have written was to Santa, "Dear Santa, please don't let Epstein near me." All right, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. That's the end of the goddamn episode.